In this video, you're gonna learn all about TikTok hashtags. What are they used for? What types there are? What kind you should be using for your videos? So if you're ready for all that, strap in and let's get to it. So what are TikTok hashtags used for? When it comes to hashtags on TikTok, the algorithm is extremely smart. The artificial intelligence shows you exactly what type of videos that you want to be watching. And it does that based on videos that you watch and interact with. And with all of these videos that you watch and interact with, a lot of them are using hashtags. So TikTok takes that into account and tries to continue to show you videos that use similar hashtags. So when it comes to your videos, when you use hashtags, TikTok categorizes your content based on the hashtags that you're using. So whatever hashtags you use for your videos, the algorithm looks at those hashtags and puts them into a specific category. And when that's done, the algorithm is gonna push that content to people that are liking similar types of content. So say for example, you use the hashtag weightlifting, the algorithm sees that hashtag and knows that your videos are based on weightlifting and is gonna push those videos to the people that are liking weight loss type of content. So when it comes to hashtags, they are used to categorize your content by the algorithm. Remember, the algorithm is extremely smart, so everything that you put in a post is gonna be used to try and help you find the right type of audience. So whatever hashtags you use, that's the category that video is gonna get put in, and that's the type of audience that type of content will get pushed to. Now it's time to move on to what types of hashtags are there. On TikTok, there are 3 types of hashtags. You have the very broad hashtags, you have the niche specific hashtags, and then you have the trending hashtags. And all 3 of these types of hashtags serve a different purpose. When it comes to very broad hashtags, those are the hashtags like FYP, hashtag viral. Those are the hashtags that probably have the billions and billions and billions of views. And the reason they're considered very broad hashtags is because they're not really telling TikTok what specific type of content this video is. So again, if I'm somebody that makes weight loss type content, but I'm using hashtag FYP, I'm not telling the algorithm exactly what type of content I'm making. FYP is very broad, it's very general, so it can't really put your content in a specific category. So because of that, your video is gonna get pushed out to a bunch of random people that may not be looking for weight loss content. And in the end, that could be really hurting your content and how it performs on the platform. And the same thing goes with stuff like hashtag viral as well. When it comes to niche specific hashtags, those are the hashtags that are related directly to whatever niche you're in and whatever your video is about. So if you're in a niche like gardening, niche specific hashtags will all relate to gardening. If you're into teaching people how to draw niche, the hashtags that are niche specific will be relating to teaching people how to draw. So these niche specific hashtags are ones that are pretty self-explanatory because they relate directly to the niche that you're in. When it comes to the trending hashtags, these are the hashtags that appear on the Discover page when you open the TikTok app. And these are hashtags that TikTok is pushing at the moment. And I'll explain why I put the air quotes there in a minute. But these are hashtags that will constantly be rotated on the Discover page. So whatever is trending at the time, there might be a hashtag related to it, and that is more likely to appear on the Discover page as a trending hashtag. Now is a good time to move into exactly what hashtags should you be using for your videos. As somebody that has built a following of over 30,000 people on TikTok, I can tell you that using niche specific hashtags is the way to go. Every single video that you're posting, you want to be using those niche specific hashtags. And that's because the algorithm is gonna constantly know that this is the type of content that you are pushing out. And that way the algorithm is gonna be able to push your content to the correct audience. When your videos are constantly getting pushed in front of the right audience, your audience is more likely to watch your videos all the way through. They're more likely to engage with your videos in some type of way. And that means that you're more likely to get more followers from your videos. So a good rule of thumb is to always think about, does this hashtag relate directly to what my video is about and the niche that I'm trying to speak for? And if the hashtags that you want to use don't relate to any of those 2, I would avoid them. Again, avoiding the hashtags like FYP, like hashtag viral. Those are the hashtags you want to stay away from. You want to stay away from the very broad hashtags. That's because the algorithm is going to be pushing those videos out to a bunch of different people because it can't categorize your content specifically. And when that happens, your content is more likely to perform a lot worse than it probably could if it was pushed in front of the right audience. And the same thing goes with trending hashtags. You should only use a trending hashtag if it relates directly to what your content is about. The trending hashtags are typically made for a very specific group of creators. And most of the time, you're not going to be that creator. And a lot of the time, the trending hashtags are going to be pushed because those are related to ads or some sort of ad campaign that is currently going on TikTok. For example, on the Discover page right now at the moment, a trending hashtag is Corolla cross step. that is gonna be something that more than likely isn't gonna relate to whatever your content is about. But if you're making content about Corollas and a car, then yeah, it's gonna work. But as you can see, this Corolla cross-step hashtag is gonna only work for a set few number of creators. Creators that are either being sponsored by the brand or creators that are directly related to the brand in some way. So these are the types of hashtags that you want to avoid because they're not gonna benefit you in any way. You know, I'm somebody that's always gonna say that you need a wide range of hashtags when you're going into your content. Having more hashtags to choose from is only gonna benefit you in the long run. That's gonna help you broaden your audience and bring in more followers. So if you wanna be able to find more hashtags, all you have to do is come to your Discover page, come to the search bar, and type in a keyword relating to your niche. Let's type in weight loss. When you type that in, you're gonna wanna come all the way to the hashtags tab, and when you do that, you should have a wide range of different hashtags that relate directly to weight loss. And if you look on the right side of the screen, you're gonna see that all of these hashtags show the amount of views that they currently have. So that should help you determine how many hashtags are maybe overly saturated or what hashtags aren't saturated enough. And this is just a good way to help you have a bunch of different hashtags that you can use for all of your videos. So quick review, what are hashtags used for on TikTok? They're mainly used to categorize your content so that your content gets pushed to the correct audience. What types of hashtags are there? You have your broad hashtags, your niche hashtags, and your trending hashtags, all of which serve some sort of purpose on the app. And what hashtags should you be using? If you're somebody that truly wants to build a large audience on TikTok, your best option is to make sure that you stick with your niche specific hashtags. It doesn't matter what your niche is, stick with those niche specific hashtags and your content is guaranteed to be pushed in front of the right audience. And when that happens, you're more likely to get a lot more engagement, a lot more views, and a lot more followers. So if this was a video that helped you understand hashtags on TikTok just a little bit more, be sure to leave a comment. And if you haven't done so already, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. If you do so, you'll continue to learn all the ins and outs of TikTok and exactly how you can gain the biggest following you possibly can. But other than that, I have nothing else for you. I'm Steven from Dare to Capture. Take it easy. Peace.